Crocodiles are fierce creatures, notorious predators both on the ground and underwater. These big, scary reptiles share a heritage with dinosaurs, so it's not a surprise that everybody is running away from them. They only have one natural enemy, and that is the worst of them all, the human. Oh, but they know how to defend themselves, you can bet on that. In fact, in this video, you'll see Let's go! This alligator was most likely coming back from a night out and was running a little late. Or it may have been visiting friends in a different lake and lost track of time. He definitely looks like he's never missed a meal. Maybe people should watch out for their kids leaving early for school, not to mention their pets. So when they say you never swim in any pond or lake in Florida, I understand. You gotta be pretty reckless or unaware of how gators work to get snatched up. Saltwater crocs in the Keys and crocs in the Glades are a different story. Instead of getting upset at the animal for interrupting, everyone's having a good laugh and no one's harming them or stressing them out more than necessary. People tend to be overly scared of reptiles, so seeing this really would make you smile. But that's just Florida. I never knew encounters were so common. I've got a newfound respect for golfers down there. Golf can be really fun, not just the sport itself, but where you actually golf. In my opinion, having wild animals within golfing parameters makes it more intriguing. And on a related note, here's a serious question for you. What happens if a gator eats the golf ball? Like, do they get a redo on their swing, or does it still count as a stroke against them? For those who don't know, this is Silver Spring State Park near Ocala. It's incredibly stunning. The water is so clear, and you can see schools of fish and tons of turtles. However, you need to know that you're never alone here. Although the gator hit that like button just like you should do if you haven't done it already. No, really, Gator didn't do anything here. His appearance alone is scary by itself. As a matter of fact, we're going back to what we mentioned at the beginning. The human is making a dumb move again. Imagine going into someone's home and when you see the owner, you push him with a paddle so you can calmly invade their place. Yep, that gator's got a lot of patience. All right, now we're talking. You'd watch this part in one breath. This is probably one of the most terrifying visual experiences I've seen. Good filming. Always good to see what reaction happens when humans confront wild animals, and the humans aren't going to hurt the animals. But this guy just set the standards too high. Steve Backshall's adventurous spirit, extensive knowledge of wildlife, and engaging personality have made him a popular figure in the realm of nature television. His work continues to inspire people to explore, appreciate, and conserve the incredible diversity of life on our planet. This is most likely the scariest episode of the famous show, Deadly 60. He did the stereotypical thing that people in a horror movie would do. He trips on himself and then decides to go back to the same danger that he previously fled from. He's faced by an apex predator that's been around for millions of years. Instead of dropping his fishing rod and running away, he goes back to the same spot he just fled. Genius! I have a feeling as if they're having some casual talk while they're going through hundreds of crocodiles. Oh, how was your day at work or something? How brave do you have to be to make a move like this? I would have been scared even if I was on a boat as big as the Titanic in these waters. Okay, but what happens if the boat then gets stuck between these monsters? I know, not a good scenario, but you have to take all the risks into consideration. Well, anyway, this was actually a dangerous encounter for these crocodiles, the other way around. This is just a special experience for these tourists. But is it dangerous? Of course it is. You know what they say, it's not the croc that you see that's dangerous, it's the croc that you don't. But anyway, I see a major red flag here. That crocodile may naturally be able to propel itself out of the water to catch what's above. But this jumping behavior seems associated with boats, as they probably feed the crocs for a show to the paying tourists. Animals know how to teach their young. This behavior isn't natural, and it could have already caused numerous fatalities that we just don't know about. For anyone wondering, this was the largest croc caught alive and put into captivity. Its name is Lolong. The croc was transferred to a wildlife park where he would pose no danger to the townspeople. This shows that though humans are not the biggest, the strongest, or the fiercest, They can capture or tame even the biggest and most dangerous beasts on land or water. Wouldn't be surprised if someone took this and made it into a movie where the croc escaped and started hunting and scarfing down villagers. Crocodiles are masters of ambush. People who live in places like these will always run into them, so leaving them alone isn't really gonna do much. If they want to, then they'll attack you. The best option is to just relocate them. Anyone who has lived in Florida knows to stay away from any water that isn't an ocean or a pool, especially if you can't see the bottom. Alligators are smashing that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell. Oh, no, really. Gators are in pretty much every body of fresh water, even drainage canals that are empty without rain. There are venomous snakes and stingrays, too. There's a reason you'll never find people fishing in random bodies of fresh water here. Why would you allow the kid to stay this close to the water? All the Floridians would tell you, 99% of the time when fishing, the gator is waiting for your catch. They have become accustomed to this practice. People are really naive to the mindset of gators. They are very smart creatures that have been around for a very long time and have picked up a thing or two along the way. This is not to say attacks on humans don't happen, obviously, but most of the time, gators, unlike crocodiles, try to avoid humans at all costs. This is insane. My heart instantly started thumping when he flipped over. After watching the video a second time, on the way back, he was paddling so fast, the kayak turned into a hovercraft. I'm just glad he turned out safe. Great job staying with the kayak, and hats off for staying with the boat and not evacuating. That kayak is life. To leave it without an attempt to stay in is just abject failure. You know, I'm asking myself if I would have done that as well. And at the very end, it kind of sounds like it's charging at him again, right? I wondered if there was a nest, or if it was just being very territorial. You have to be vigilant when going out in their habitat. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.